Hey, what's up guys, Ian Dragon here, and I got yourself another fun build for you all. Not just any build, this is my first build I have ever made for Payday 2, and I pretty much made it since August 2013, so about 9+ years, which is crazy, and still hold up pretty good to this day. And of course, this build here is not for Death Sentence or Death Wish. It's just mainly there for fun, especially when you have 6+ thousand of hours into this game. All I just want to do is just play for fun, and my build does it. So the Playerdozer build, as the name suggests, you're basically a huge mobile tank in the player's hands. As for the skills themselves, in Mastermind, under the Sharpshooter subtree, I have Stable Shot Basic. As for the Enforcer and Tactician, where I invest heavily a lot of my skill point in of course, especially in the Tank subtree, I have Resilience, Transporter, Bullseye, Shotgun, and Iron Man Ace, with Die Hard being the only one being basic. Moving on to Ammo Specialist subtree, I have Scavenger, Portable Saw, Extra Lead, and Fully Loaded Ace. Moving to Tactician, and under the Oppressor subtree, I have Steady Grip, Lock and Load, Surefire, and Body Expertise Ace. And last but not least, moving to Ghost, and under the Awful Dodger subtree, I have Duck and Cover, Parkour, and Basic, and Shockproof Ace. And the perk deck of choice is gonna be the Anarchist. As for the weapons, I mainly made a build that you can use any weapon. This is no way a build made for a specific type of weapon. I made this build that you can use a whole variety of guns. Just stay clear from shotguns and pistols and crossbow / bow and arrows, because they don't get much invested with the skills, especially when you fire the weapon full auto. So use any AR, use any LMGs. Even sniper rifles are a pretty good choice. I actually have fun running sniper rifles with this build, despite, not having any sniper skills. And of course, grenade launchers and rocket launchers still works wonders for it too, and even flamethrowers. So it's just all a mixture of class you want. My throwable choice is, exact same thing. You can use anything you want. It's meant to be a very flexible build. You want to have a lot of grenades? Use the incendiary grenade. Want to make face go bang without worrying about it exploding in your hands? Use dynamite. Want to create area denial? Use Molotov cocktail. Want to be more tactical without lethality? Use the concussion grenade. My melee choice is the buzzer, of course, for electrocuting enemies, easier to dominate, and of course able to counter cloakers' kicking ammunition. Armor choice is no-brainer, being of course the ICTV, and my equipment of choice is the ammo bag. Alright, there's the builds, and let's see it in action. The Playerdozer build. The purpose of this build is, of course, more of a run and gun, aggressive, a better term, tactically aggressive, while at the same time still keeping topped off with armor and ammo, pretty much making you almost a mobile god mode. Of course, there's a few things that can probably get you, down you. Of course, being kicks from cloaker unexpectedly, or been sniped by snipers constantly. But of course, with a variety of weapons to choose from, you really have no problems to dealing with snipers and cloakers. You can deal with cloakers pretty easily with the electrical melee weapons, and to deal with snipers, you either just have to stay out of their line of sight, don't even engage them at all, but if you have to, it's recommend you bring a weapon, at least with high accuracy, if you're able to hit your target. And this is why I don't like pairing with weapons, two weapons with low accuracies on a long-range map, like Goat Simulator Day 1 or 2, for example. Where if you can't hit a sniper, you're essentially screwed. So it's also a lot of knowledge with this build in terms of how much, well, of course, how much hours you invest into, how much, well, map knowledge you have, and how familiar you are with the weapons and its performance. Now, as for the variety of weapons to choose from ARs, SMGs, LMGs, and even the sniper rifles are pretty handy with this build, even though they don't have any sniper skills involved. It's due to their fact they have a very high damage, good accuracy, very effective at long range, and can deal with many of the problems much better compared to a fully skilled AR or LMG, where they probably can't even hit the broadside in a barn like 100 meters. And able to use a grenade launcher, rocket launcher are pretty good too, because they usually have issues when it comes to their total of ammo. With fully loaded, at least basic, gives you a little bit more ammo to go around, just before you hit the ammo bag. And the purpose of having the ammo bag is for two things. One is for saw blades and rockets, for me. And two, which is 98% for the reason, I give it to my teammates. Because I have never touched the ammo bag with the very first reason that I already mentioned. Since I can able to pick up ammo with no problem thanks to the scavenger skill, especially the ace where I get the 6 kill on the enemy, I will get extra ammo drop. And as for the variety of perks to choose from, you can actually make it work. Now, I picked the Anarchist because, well, it gives you the highest armor out of all the perk decks. And of course, the runner-up would be the armor perk deck, which falls just a little bit behind. Which is a really damn shame. I wish they would have buffed armor to give you the exact same armor value as Anarchist. But I guess there is a, compromise for it with the Anarchist where you have half of the health. So I could definitely see why Anarchist gets a little bit more armor value than armor. But I did try with other perk decks with this build, like Ex-President, Crew Chief, Maniac, Biker, Burglar, Gambler, Muscle. They're all pretty good. But I feel a lot more satisfying on tanking everything and just laugh at my enemies of taking all the punishment with large armor value skills. Of course, the first perk deck was armor before we even have Anarchist on console, or almost before that, for any other platform. And then Anarchist comes to play and basically became my main perk deck for this build. So one of the things I really don't like when it comes to certain builds is you're very restricted to one certain weapon for a primary and secondary. Like, I probably made a lot of builds with this too. Let's see, what would be a good example of a build I have? Oh yeah, an M-Car DSOD build about M-Car. Of course, it's about the M-Car. And as for other stuff, as for the other build, I have one with the, of course, the Striker and the Celtic Sub 2000, a build strictly for them. And another build about the ICTV Stoic, or Stoic ICTV. I would just run the Barrett M95 with the, Grim 12 with the Dragon's Breath rounds. A build specifically for it. At least with the Playerdozer build, my choices for weapons is plenty. and I actually have more fun with this build than any other because I could just use a variety of different guns. And boy, this is one thing I like about Payday 2 is how many weapons there are in the game. Even for consoles where they don't get updates anymore, there's still plenty of guns to go around, which is insane. That's even way more than some of the Juggernaut's AAA shooter titles like Call of Duty or Battlefield ever had. They don't even give you that many. Where I really hope for Payday 3, we get a lot of guns. But yep, that's gonna be my my take on this build. I hope you give it a try at some point, and I hope you enjoy my build, because this is the last build I'm gonna be making just before the release of Payday 3. But yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. Until next time, farewell, and have a wonderful day, everyone.